In a opinion piece about Hugh Hefner, Susan Brownmiller wrote that the only reason he supported legalization of abortion was not because he cared about women, but because his point was they didn't have to be, and this is her term, cornered into marriage because, he got a woman pregnant. Now, that's an interesting term in and of itself, cornered into marriage. It also is a kind of demeaning term to marriage itself, that to suggest that men are cornered into marriage basically assumes that marriage is a bad thing and you have to get cornered into it. And I think there is something kind of wrong with the whole expression of cornered into marriage. But another problem with it is that I'm pretty certain Susan Brownmiller supports legal abortion. I believe that she's had abortions. And there is something hypocritical about, her condemning Hugh Hefner for supporting it only because he didn't want men to be cornered into marriage, and for her to support it or even have an abortion because basically abortion prevented her from being cornered into motherhood or even into birth motherhood, since you can place the baby for adoption. So I do think there was a certain amount of hypocrisy in that whole thing. And she also she did probably describe Hugh Hefner's ideal reader fairly accurately as a fellow who loved his expensive liquor and his stereo equipment and his bachelor pad. Okay, and there might be some truth in that. And I think Barbara Ehrenreich said this about Hefner as well, that what he was actually pushing was not so much the sexual revolution or the so-called sexual revolution, but he was pushing men to a kind of superficial materialism, a kind of hyper-capitalism, and to spend their money on their creature comforts and not on baby food and diapers and or even supporting a wife. Okay, and anyway, I do think there's kind of a problem in there, and from a lot of respects, from a lot of corners. Okay, I hope you like hearing that. Subscribe to my channel, tell other people about me, help me grow my social media presence.